What's going on, you guys? It's Tokyo nightclub recommendation time again. I found a nightclub or lounge in Shibuya that I think you guys might like. Personally, disclaimer, I haven't been there. I was just searching around online, doing a little check, and I think I found a place that you might like. As always, listen to my recommendation, check the comments for people's feedback who have been there, and I'll try and give you some analysis to help you if you do decide to check out the place. I think I have an idea of the atmosphere and what I would do if I were in my 20s and wanted to step out in this type of place. Let's get into it. It's going to be fun and interesting as always. All right, so the place I'm talking about is a standing bar called Voyager Stand Shibuya. And I just randomly found it scrolling through Instagram, looking at another event, did a little bit more digging, and it fits a few of the criteria I would have wanted to check off if I were in my 20s, let's say mid 20s ish, single, in Tokyo, ready to mingle. This is kind of the type of place that I would definitely want to check out. But there is a quick caveat that I do want you guys to be aware about. And don't worry, we're going to look at some footage and stuff like that to really check it out. Just a quick lay of the land of the place. It's kind of a one room, smaller contained lounge. It is smoking, which isn't really my bag since I'm 40 something. I don't smoke anymore, but the entrance fee is cheap. The drinks are 1,100 yen. So please don't expect like, Dom Perignon flowing from the ceiling. That's not really what you're there for. You're there for a good time, the people, the atmosphere, cheap drinks, and it's all you can drink. So I think it's like, it's open for 6 hours. So I'm not quite sure what time it closes. But if you're, again, early mid 20s, you're hanging out, you're not looking for like the finest of the fine kind of stuff. You just want to hang out, have fun, people, music, girls, environment. That's kind of what you're in. It seems like that's what you're in for. So let's take a quick look at a clip kind of showing the environment of the place, and then I'll let you guys know what I see. Okay, I gotta warn you, there are some go-go girls in here, but you can check the link in the description below for this and all the other videos as always. But this video was kind of taken several years ago, so you can kind of imagine the vibe was a little bit different. So first off, you can kind of see it's a pretty small place, right? That's the first thing you're gonna notice. It looks like there's a lot of foreign people there, dudes. Of course, they got the go-go girls, but you don't need to worry about that. Like if you've been in a place that has like dancers or something like that, it's not really a big deal. And I would say in a place like this, if you are there, forget about the dancers, man. If you're looking to kind of holler at anybody, you like ogling the dancers is gonna like X you out the spot like automatically. You gotta act like you've been there before. Hopefully, you know that. As you can see from here, they it's basically a couple tables, a DJ booth. They have some, party games, some simple party games like Jenga and like pirate games and stuff like that. There are some dudes on the wall. There's a DJ booth. They do have some VIP type stuff, but I wouldn't deal with any of that at all if I was there. There is one, like automatically me looking at the layout of the place, which I'll show you in a bit more detail. There is one spot that I would want to like post up if I was in there for the long haul. Before we get to that though, I need to say, just looking at the number of people, this probably looks like a Friday night or something like that. I personally would want to check out this place on like a Thursday, right? Like if again, I'm not going to. Okay, okay, you're not gonna see me there. Okay, I gotta take my kids to soccer practice, right? but but just because the video I've seen about the place, and please do your own research on it. It seems like it's super super crowded and there's a lot of dudes. Now it might be one in other town. I think there's one in Okinawa. There might be one in Osaka, but I'm just trying to focus on the one in Shibuya. I'm guessing just from the crowd, the price, the age group is probably dumb packed on a Friday night or a Saturday night, which means if I'm there looking to like hang out with somebody, I would want to go on a Thursday just because to get a feel for the place my first time, even if it's not really popping like that. Let's say if you're a single guy, um, you're going by yourself or with a friend. Thursday, even if there's just a couple girls in there, it's not going to be as many dudes, which means it's not going to be as many like sausage fest guys, grabbing at anything that moves like a zombie party. You kind of want lower numbers of people, so that way you can kind of feel the place out a little bit, get your groove on. If you see someone you like, you can kind of go in or strike up a conversation. But things like this, the thing about places like this in Tokyo and Japan, you gotta be really, really careful about. I'm always saying take your time, right? Because like you gotta think, if you, let's say this is one room, everybody can see what everyone else is doing. If you go in there and you like, hey girl, what's up? Hey girl, what's up? Hey girl, what's up? To like everybody in the first 10 minutes that you're there, you're probably gonna be there like 3 or 4 hours, right? I don't know how long you're gonna be there, but let's say at least 2 hours. If you're there at least 2 hours and you burn through all the possible girls you can holler at in like 10 minutes, what you gonna do? You got nothing to do. It caught so and the second girl that sees you try to holler at the first thing that moves, she ain't gonna want to talk to you, and the third one's not gonna want to talk to you either. So always in Japan, it's a good idea to take your time, have fun. Okay. Yes, maybe you can talk to girls. Yes, maybe you can holler at somebody. I don't know if you're lucky and you got game like that. Maybe you can take someone home. But first priority needs to be having fun, especially in a one room place like this. And then over time, as people get a feel for you, when that serendipity kicks in, if you have a chance to talk to somebody. That's kind of, I think, in my opinion, the type of guy I was when I was single, the type of guy I am. If you have sensibilities like that, I think almost anywhere really, really, that is, I think, the best way to approach things here, but especially in Japan because of the language, the culture barrier, because it's Shibuya, because now there's so many foreign guys there, and I imagine that there's tons of guys just swarming anything that moves, trying to, get their little Asian delight fantasy on, that you're going to have to stand out even a bit more by not standing out, if that makes kind of sense to me. So keep that in mind when you're going there. Now, let's talk a little bit about the layout of the place. And I have a video that I want to show you guys based on that. All right, so now what we're going to look at is a video by this guy called Naoki. Again, check the link in the description below if you want to check out the full thing. And basically, it's kind of like a PR video for the place. A lot of Japanese clubs and stuff have these type of videos where it's just like a really, formal Japanese introduction to the place. I'm going to give you like the the rough version, right? But again, this is all done several years ago when this place was opening up. Business wasn't as good, it wasn't as crowded. But the good news is we can take a virtual tour of the place and check the layout, and I'll tell you exactly where I would want to post up and what I see. It's just based on everything. Okay, so you can see you go through a little curtain and ta-da, it's just a room. Okay, it's just a room. It's not that big. So you can imagine if it's packed in here, it's probably dumb packed. You can't move around, you can't do anything. They got a little stripper pole back there. Now you see there's basically, it looks like there's kind of one or two table kind of areas right there, right? You see that? Like it's like it may be in a T shape. Again, they might have rearranged it depending on what's going on. The other videos I saw, they were kind of, the tables were parallel to each other. So like if it's like a T like it is here, I would be like right where the T meets, like in this little area right here, near the bar. Not at the bar in a place like this small, because if you're at the bar, like you're just gonna get crushed by people looking to order a drink, and you might even like the bartender might be like, get out of here. But if you're near the bar at a table posted up somewhere in the middle or to the side, depending on the number of people, that gives you a logistical advantage in a few different ways. Number one, you can kind of, make googly eyes at girls waiting for their drinks, waiting to order drinks in the bar, or not even make googly eyes, just, a small smile, something like that is fine, especially after you warm up to the place, if it's not that crowded, right? Two, it gives you access to two tables of people, if you will, especially in Japan, that serendipitous type of situation, you want to, have as many options available as possible. So they have like different games and stuff like that in the place. So if there's games going on over here and games going on over there, the bar is right there, people passing through, depending on what area becomes more interesting, you have more access to kind of start a little basic conversation or something like that with people that are there. Again, like I said, if there's dances and stuff going on, just forget all that as well, because all of the guys who are just like looking at looking at all the dancers, like any girl there's like, what's wrong with this guy? Have you ever had a girlfriend before or something like that, right? So That's where exactly where I would be. Again, on a Thursday night, like if I wanted to go again, if it was like 20 years ago, right? I was 23 years old, and I wanted to like hang out here. Like I would go on a Thursday just because of the amount of people, and especially the amount of dudes that are probably going to be swarming there. That's going to be, I think, your best bet. Of course, if you've been there before, let me know with a like or a comment. If you have any other questions about the place, let me know. I'm probably gonna do another short Instagram video. By the way, check out my Instagram. I do Q&A over there as well. I think I'm gonna drop a link right here. Here's another video for you right here, and I'll holler at you soon. Peace.